Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Tyler Merkovich. That's Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. And Week 10 of the NFL season presents us with an NFC North matchup, and that is Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota coming off a bye week, only one loss on the season. Detroit 17-0 lead at Quest Field, which surprised many people, but they blew it. Seattle came up, and they won by double digits with that add-on touchdown. Matt Stafford played well early, not too good late. What are your keys to victory for the Lions, who really need to start running the ball, and that's a problem. They can't run the ball, and on defense they can't stop the pass, which are two very important reasons why the Lions aren't having too much success. What are your keys to victory?
Keys to victory for Detroit. One thing that Matt Stafford did do well last week was spread the ball around. You saw Pettigrew getting the action. You saw Brian Johnson getting the action. You saw Calvin Johnson getting the action. So continue to spread the ball around to those playmakers offensively. That's number one. Two, they're going to have to find some way to generate some type of running game this week. It's a tough task against the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings are not what they used to be against the run, so Kevin Smith may have some success, but they need to really emphasize that running game. You have to create matchups for yourself to win. If you can't run base I formation or your double tight formation, move people around, get some production out there running game this week too. Third, they have to eliminate the turnovers. Stafford, 5 interceptions, unacceptable. You have to eliminate the turnovers. That cannot happen against a team like the Vikings, who will thrive off those turnovers. So they have to cut the turnovers down.
And you would think the Vikings secondary would take a step back with their all-pro corner out for a couple of weeks. That's Antoine Winfield, but they haven't. Carl Pema stepping up. Other guys like Benny Sapp and the safeties are playing well, but the Vikings have it all, and they did what they told everybody what they were going to do during the offseason. Run the ball. They're not going to have Favre throw 30, 40 times, which he had to do in Green Bay and New York to win games. He's throwing it 20 times a game, and they're winning with ease. What are your keys to victory for Brad Childress, who has to be very happy after all the controversy that surrounded him all offseason?
Well, keys to victory for Minnesota, you got to come out when playing a team like Detroit or the Rams or the Browns. You have to come out and not play down to the competition. So you have to come out firing on all cylinders right out the gate, because if you let a team like Detroit hang around, they're going to gain some confidence and they can pull off the upset. So they have to come out the gate ready to play first quarter. Two, you also, like you said, you want to attack the Detroit secondary. That's their weakest spot of their defense. Everywhere else, I like Detroit matchup as far as the defensive line, as far as the linebackers, but the secondary is struggling right now. I do like Delmas back there, deep safety. He's going to be keyed on Brett Favre, so that's going to be an interesting matchup to watch if Delmas can make those plays in the secondary, sideline to sideline. But third, you look at the wild card in that situation, Percy Harvin. He's going to have to get the ball, run the football.
Showing that he's the truth, the best wide receiver in the class.
You look at run the football, returns, as well as receiving the football. Get his touches going early. I like the Vikings in this matchup. Clearly are the better team, but they have to get out and start the game fast. If not, this could be a close game, but I do like the Vikings big.
I like the Vikings also. They're going to run away with this one. Get out early on the Detroit. You know, you want to get through this game with a solid victory and with no injuries to move on. I like Minnesota. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.